New tonight, an update on the county's effort to keep businesses afloat during the pandemic. News 13's Taylor Young explains how the One Buncombe and Tourism Jobs Recovery Fund have impacted our region.
Both funds were created to prevent businesses like Village Potters from going under after months of lost revenue.
We have multiple sanitizing stations. We rearranged all of our classrooms and studios.
Sarah Wellsrolland has transformed her studio and galleries into a safe place for students and customers.
Tourists come and visit us. We average over 100 customers here in the Arts District on any normal day.
But these past months have been anything but normal. Wellsrolland says they are doing less than 20% of business.
We're losing money every month, but not so huge that we can't sustain right now.
She says the Tourism Jobs Recovery Fund is helping them stay alive.
The purpose of this fund is to preserve and safely reopen the region's unique and diverse small business ecosystem and protect tourism-related jobs.
Her shop is nearly one of 400 tourism-related businesses to receive grant money, about $16,000 to go towards reopening.
We are using some of that money for marketing to let people know that we're back open. We are using some of the money for basic bills.
In March, the county also passed another measure to help small businesses and individuals pay bills during COVID.
We were looking for something we could do that would help meet that need immediately, and One Buncombe was that solution.
$1.37 million was raised, helping more than 1,000 households pay rent and utility bills. 92 businesses also receiving money, saving more than 670 jobs. Wellsrolland says she is thankful the county has kept her and others in business, but the fight to stay open is as strong as ever.
We're not through yet. We're still trying to make it through this.
Wellsrolland does not have to pay back that grant money, but businesses who received money from the One Buncombe Fund do have to repay those loans.
Mental health experts say parents should keep an eye on their kids as they try and cope with going back to school during the pandemic.
News 13's Caitlin Penter spoke with a teacher and psychologist about what they're seeing and how they're trying to help kids adjust.
The psychologist we spoke to compared what kids are going through now to the polio epidemic and bomb raids in the 50s. He says though times are tough right now, kids are resilient. When kids get to school this year, they are greeted by thermometers and teachers in face shields. Those in online-only classes are greeted from a computer screen.
There are so many balls in the air and doing it so differently and with such high stakes that it's hard for people to really know exactly how to react in these situations.
Psychologist Dr. Carl Mumpower says kids are able to adapt better than adults, adding that there are some positives.
Well, that distance, it may mean you don't get to talk to your friends, but it can also mean you don't get bullied as much. You don't have to fight for a seat.
Mumpower says he worries more about kids that are learning virtually only.
Children need to be around people their own age, teachers that love them and care about them, and they get enough screen time.
A teacher we spoke with says so far kids have taken the change well. She says teachers are staying in tune.
Well, the good thing is that we know kids and we read body language really well, and we try to make sure that we're checking in with kids either personally through separate Zooms and breakout sessions, phone calls home.
Teachers and experts agree that parents need to check in with their kids too.
Most mamas and daddies can read their kids when something's a little off. Just look for those subtle clues.
Dr. Mumpower says the types of long-term impacts we see with kids from the pandemic depends on how long this lasts.
A popular downtown Asheville bar is closing due to the pandemic. The owners of Aux Bar at 68 North Lexington Avenue announced that it will close with its Brine House food truck. Owners say the economic impact, along with the inability to sell alcohol after 11 o'clock, was too much, adding that more than half of the Aux Bar's revenue came from alcohol sales. The Blind Pig Supper Club and catering will continue to operate.
School officials in Buncombe County confirm a staff member at Inca High School tested positive for COVID-19. School leaders say the employee was diagnosed with COVID-19 on Saturday. Those who worked near the affected employee are in self-quarantine. A school spokesperson says the employee did not come in contact with students. The owners of Aux Bar on North Lexington Avenue in Asheville announced it will shut down. They are also closing the Brine House food truck. Owners say the economic impact of the pandemic was simply too much. And the pandemic is forcing the North Carolina Arboretum to change its Winter Lights program. It will now be a drive-through only event. Guests will navigate a 1-mile stretch to see thousands of holiday lights. Winter Lights runs November 20th through January 10th. Pre-sale tickets will be available starting September 1st. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Ingrid Alstead.
All right, we are still in summer and it feels like it. In the upstate, it'll be in the upper 80s. Feels better, not quite as hot in Asheville with a high around 81. Afternoon thunderstorms are expected across the region. Same thing tomorrow with more cloud cover and cooler weather through Friday. Still seeing those afternoon storms on Saturday with temperatures in the lower 80s through early next week. It turns a little hotter. Have a great day.